Postseason testing in Formula One might not have the same fireworks as preseason, but what happened in Abu Dhabi is about to turn the F1 world upside down. New evidence has surfaced that could change the future of some major teams and drivers. So what does this mean for the 2024 season? Buckle up, because the stakes just got a whole lot higher. Abu Dhabi was supposed to be the place for the hauls gleaned from the last race of the year, but in fact, it has recently hosted the off-season tests. Not going to lie, they are becoming just as important. Unlike the usual preseason tests, which take months of preparation for the teams, this test serves as the first reality check into how exactly the F1 landscape will take shape shortly. For teams and drivers, this is an opportunity to play with new setups, measure up against the competition, and, mainly, start making decisions on what the future is going to be like. Testing is less dramatic than a race, but it gives a sneak peek at what's to come, which is more thrilling than you think. While the usual suspects, like Red Bull and Ferrari, stayed in the spotlight, some surprises were waiting to be uncovered. The unexpected? A fresh round of drama surrounds one of the most significant seats in the sport. At the heart of the Abu Dhabi testing, the most unexpected twist came from Red Bull. Everyone assumed the lineup for 2024 was set, with Max Verstappen leading the charge as the team's undisputed star. However, things aren't so simple when you start looking at the second seat. Sergio Perez, who had a solid run in 2023, suddenly found himself under the microscope. While some believed Perez was safe for another season, the testing revealed something troubling for the Mexican driver. Red Bull may be seriously considering a change. The buzz was all about Yuki Tsunoda, who's been a reliable driver at AlphaTauri. Tsunoda's performances were incredible during the tests, and his improvement is turning heads. But here's the catch. Tsunoda, while talented, doesn't have the track record and fame that Perez brings. Could Red Bull take a risk and replace Perez with someone who might not be ready for the massive challenge? Well, according to insiders, Tsunoda's consistency and growth have made him an attractive option. And with Red Bull's strategy of promoting young talent, this may not just be a passing thought. The dilemma is clear. Perez's future with Red Bull is far from guaranteed. Testing revealed that while he's been solid, his time might be running out, especially if Tsunoda continues to shine. The tension is palpable, and the entire F1 world is watching closely to see which way Red Bull will jump. Yuki Tsunoda's performance during the Abu Dhabi postseason tests turned heads and added fuel to the fire surrounding Red Bull's driver dilemma. The young Japanese driver has been with AlphaTauri since his F1 debut in 2021, and while he's shown glimpses of brilliance, the postseason test showed he's finally hitting his stride. But his biggest weapon might just be his outright speed. He was a force during testing. His ability to get the best out of the car in difficult circumstances was most apparent. He has also, after making fewer mistakes than at the start of his career, acquired a sharper sense of racecraft. Tsunoda oozes confidence. He knows just where to push his car without going too far, an essential trait in F1. Especially with mounting pressure on a potential move to Red Bull. Another strength Tsunoda has shown is adaptability. He found it challenging to be consistent during his early years, but now he has put on some increasingly reliable performances. This, too, is something that suits a team like Red Bull, which values constant and incremental growth in everything that happens within the team. His ability to adapt to configurations and deliver on time was one of the top highlights of his postseason testing. There is still something more attached to Tsunoda's growth. His inconsistency in the results of races is one of the major drawbacks. Speed and power are useful, but often not enough. He may fail at the start of the distance, or will not be able to follow up smoothly while managing tire degradation. Also, Tsunoda is just learning how to deal with the pressure of racing. Some competition is ahead of pure talent because of experience. Handling the pressure of a top-tier team like Red Bull would require him to evolve beyond what we've seen so far, particularly in high-stress situations. Another problem for Tsunoda is the interface with the team engineers and race strategy. While he has gotten better at talking to his team, some of his strategic decisions are still below what some of those more experienced drivers might wield. These are areas that Red Bull would have to evaluate quite closely if they did the brave thing of promoting him. While Red Bull's driver situation has garnered much attention, other teams have also been making waves with their lineup changes and performance updates. Carlos Sainz, for example, continues to impress at Ferrari. While he's often overshadowed by the sheer dominance of Charles Leclerc, Sainz's consistency and work ethic have made him a valuable asset. In Abu Dhabi, his performance during the postseason testing was strong, showcasing a refined understanding of Ferrari's car setup and how to get the most out of it. His ability to adapt to different situations and his reliability in tough conditions make him a solid contender for podiums in 2024. But questions about Ferrari's long-term direction still loom. Meanwhile, over at Williams, the prospects for 2024 are looking brighter. The team has made significant strides over the past few seasons, and the testing in Abu Dhabi showed some promising developments. Williams' car was faster, more stable, and more competitive than in previous years. This is a direct result of their improved car development, particularly the aerodynamics package, which has been a weak point in the past. Drivers like Alex Albon, who have been performing well for the team, have finally started seeing the fruits of this development. The team's strong showing in the tests has fueled speculation that they could be in for a breakthrough season, especially if they continue to capitalize on their newfound stability and pace. However, there are still challenges to overcome. The midfield battle in F1 is fierce, and teams like Aston Martin, McLaren, and Alpine are continuing to improve. Williams' prospects for 2024 depend on their ability to maintain their development curve and manage race weekends more effectively. But if they can continue the momentum from the postseason testing, 2024 might be the year they make a real leap toward the front of the pack. As we look ahead to 2024, Williams has reason to be optimistic. The team's development trajectory over the past few seasons, especially with the improvements seen during postseason testing in Abu Dhabi, signals they are on the right path. Their cars showed better handling and more stability compared to previous years, suggesting they've found a competitive edge. However, while expectations should be higher, it's crucial to temper them with realism. Williams is still a midfield team, and the competition in that part of the grid is tough, with teams like McLaren, Aston Martin, and Alpine continuing to develop rapidly. While a push for consistent points finishes and occasional top 10 results is possible, breaking into the top tier would still require more significant strides in their car's performance and strategy. Thus, Williams' main goal for 2024 should be to continue building on their improvements, further closing the gap to the front runners. While much of the spotlight is on the Red Bull driver's situation, several other drivers are expected to make waves in 2024. Lando Norris at McLaren has shown exceptional pace and consistency. His performance last season, combined with McLaren's development progress, makes him a dark horse for podiums in the upcoming season. Another name to watch is Esteban Ocon at Alpine. His strong performances often go under the radar, but with Alpine continuing to make gains, Ocon could surprise many if he gets the right opportunities. Lastly, Oscar Piastri, McLaren's recruit, has shown promise in his rookie season. With McLaren's car becoming more competitive, Piastri could be a real contender for strong results in 2024. With 2024 on the horizon, the season promises to be full of twists and turns. While Red Bull's driver dilemma remains a key talking point, teams like Williams are beginning to show real potential. From up-and-coming talents like Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri to established stars pushing their teams forward, the grid is full of intrigue. It's going to be a season to remember. What are your predictions for the 2024 season? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more F1 updates. See you next time.